And hopefully I am recording. Does it say anywhere? Okay, it is recording. Okay. So worked on Easter that weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and I had a little time because my goal was to get this completely done. So basically it's all done other than I just need some opinion on thoughts on how we should on certain things. But there's also a few videos that are suggested through this group. So in the Facebook training that I have been doing, there is a huge push for free groups, and it doesn't need to be or have to be clean eating. It's basically just whatever makes our life easier. So if you want to work on your core a little more that month, like do a core challenge or a squat challenge or whatever it may be. But obviously the clean eating thing is a very attractive thing to a lot of people. But the kicker is, why do we do it? Like, why do we do this? Because I feel like we've had experience that's been somewhat negative in the past. But I will say, I believe that the reason that my free clean eating groups or free groups have been negative in the past is because I was not adding new people on Facebook, new friends. Like, you know, it's recommended to add like 5 new friends a day. So there was not a lot of people who were even seeing it. And even the ones who were seeing it, they weren't really my kind of people. And so it kind of ended up being a lot of the same people, maybe not each round, but every couple of months it's like, oh, well, maybe I'll invite them again. Maybe they'll say yes this time. I just felt like a lot of my challenge groups and a lot of these groups were in hopes to convince them to join. So I don't know if that sounds familiar or not, but I feel like we can all get into that rut. And so therefore, if it's the same people, a variant of the same people, we are going to be defeated over and over and over because we're not going to convince them. Matter of fact, if they're doing another free group without ever advancing, we're probably not ever going to transition them, at least not within a reasonable amount of time. So they push these because it is an opportunity to share you with the new people. That's the first reason, is why it's really important. Because if you're truly adding all these new people to your page, they don't know you. Like, there's the difference between your voice and what you post on Facebook, or what you claim to do versus what you actually do. So it's just a way to add new people, give new people value, and help them get to know you a little better. And of course, introduce them to what we do. But the second reason why these are really awesome is because it's an opportunity to help your new coaches invite people to something that's free. Because if we can get past that get past that fear, and this is a really easy way to get past the fear. And basically the first month or 2 months, these new coaches, they can just invite to the free group. And if they happen to have someone who's like, well, what else do you do? Or, you know, if they have the courage and they want to invite to a full challenge, well, so be it. We want to help them with that. But how many of them don't ever get started because they just feel weird about inviting? So I agree with both of those. I think that if we're inviting new people to our page, or adding new friends, we need a way to show off, to like show them who we are and what we're about. And then for new coaches, this is such a beautiful way of saying, just ask a couple of people to join a free group with you. Like, let me show you how this works. So I love that. So this is what the call is about today. It's about these free groups. And you know how I am. Like, I like to be creative. I like to think outside the box. There's nothing wrong with using posts like these to, sorry, I want to make it big enough to where, oh, okay. Oh, what is going on? Okay. Why? Oh, my word. Full screen. shift. Oh, maybe. If there was a way to move this, is there a way to? Oh my gosh, this is going to drive me insane because I can't scroll down.
It won't let you scroll down?
Well, it will on this view, but that's not.
But not on the big view?
Yes. Something is not. Okay, maybe that'll work.
Yeah.
I feel like it went way far down. And then, of course, it's not showing my images like I wanted. Of course. There's no way to move that around. Optimize. New share. Nope. I don't even know. How in the world? Okay, let me go back up and see if I can just scroll down like using the. Okay, so this template was given to us in our group, this whole template by a coach who has been doing these groups for about 2 years and has seen a significant growth in her business. So she just shared it with me, or with us, the whole team that's paying for this training. And so these are just examples of what she would post a picture of on her page. We've all seen these before, right? This is nothing new. And I created one, and it's not on here, which it's supposed to be. I don't know what the heck's going on. Okay, but I'll post the image after the video is uploaded on there. But what I did was, I don't think there's a way for me to. There's probably not a way. I don't want to take up more time than we have. So basically, I just put an image of myself and just put words around it, which I think is it's going to be hard. I'm going to advertise for both. Let me just put that out there. I'm going to put 2 different images out on a consistent basis, scheduled next week on my like page. She even gives you, like, these are the words. So this is what it says. You choose to create an event. You can choose to just have a link to a group. So what I was thinking is that we need to do this as a team every single month, because it's a free way that we can have some consistency and have a place to invite people, in hopes that eventually they will transition over. And I think it just needs to be a group, just like we had the Fit Club. I'm calling it a fire starter, just because I feel like that's kind of a catchy, fun way of like helping you restart your fire. Like, are you burned out? And this is kind of the wording that I changed up all of her wording and all these different posts to make it my own. So now that's what you have to do for yours. But this is like, have you been feeling a bit out of control, burned out, overwhelmed, need a little mama time every day, but not sure where to start? Think about how you would feel if you committed to a full week of scripture writing, clean eating, and daily fitness. If I could teach you how to incorporate a few small habits every day that would change your entire outlook on life for free, would you consider it? And then it just lists what is included. And then, of course, you need to put your start date. And then she goes as far as to say, to join, make sure we're friends, comment I'm in, tag a friend, and invite them to join you. So these are her instructions. I do know that a lot of these people, once they start building an audience on their like page, they're running these posts as an ad. So that's why they're saying, make sure we're friends, those kind of things, because you can't add someone to a group that you're not friends with. And so she's kind of setting that up for, if you don't know me and you just saw this ad. So that's how that is. Then we actually go into, this is what you would give to your new coaches, because it tells them this is how you create a group on Facebook. So there's all of this, it's there. It tells you how to add participants, which we all know. We already know that, but if you're new, you won't know that. But it walks through, so you're going to have to read the document. And so since I'm recording, I just want to make sure for anyone that's new and you're going to be running a free group, whether you're running it with us or you've decided to do it on your own, this is just step-by-step process of how to get that going. You need to create an advertisement of some sort. You need to recreate the wording in your posts. And if I were you, this is one thing I'm learning in my Facebook group, is mix it up. So I'm going to post just a plain old clean eating picture, kind of like what she had at the top there, and and do it that way and see if I get any bites off of that. And then I'm going to do it the other way and see if I get any bites off of that. And you know, now on Facebook you can make those colored boxes and just put the words in there. I mean, do something like that where you say 7-day free fire starter, who's in? Like anything and everything, we just need to think outside the box and be creative. So you need to do all that first. Then once you have your date set, you have your advertisements created and done, then you want to go ahead and open up your event, and then you'll want to start adding people to your event. I will say, when you're in that process, please do not be like the LuLaRoes, however you say that, the Lip Sense, all those people adding random people to your event or your group. Please don't do that. If you have old people that you want to invite, just send them a little message. And this is what I did last go round, is I said, I know we've chatted before. I'm really excited about this new free group I have going on. I went ahead and added you to the group. If this is not a good time, please take yourself out. I don't want this to be a weird thing. Like, I just tell them up front, like, I'm adding you because we've talked about this before and I'm super excited. But if it's not a good time, please remove yourself from the group so that I'm not wasting your time. So don't feel bad about adding people, only if you've left them a message or you've sent them something to say, hey, I'm just letting you know I added you. But don't ever do it without not necessarily permission, because I feel like if it's a new person, you do need their permission. But if it's someone you're following up with, basically it's assumed that they wanted info before. Like, just jump in and see what this is about. And that may be the wrong way to do it, but that's kind of how I do it. And I don't feel weird about it because we've talked before. So, okay. Then the next thing is, she recommends starting your groups on Fridays. And do some sort of post planner, schedule your post for the 7 days. You can do a 5-day group, you can do whatever length you want to do. But the way that we set up these posts, it works out perfectly to do the 7-day, because on Friday and Saturday, basically they're just introduction days. So it's not like you're having to create content. It's just like 1, maybe 2 posts during those days, and that's it. So I recommend we go ahead and do the full 7. This group isn't for selling things. It's for building connections, getting to know people, building trust in them, providing value. If you do these things first, sales will come. And that's the biggest thing that I'm taking away from every single person. I'm telling you, they are like, if you just go all in and put your heart and soul in it, then people are going to be attracted to that. And if they don't say now, they will say yes later. So I do think there is something to be said about that, but it can't be the same people over and over. And I think that was probably my biggest mistake of early on in these free groups, is that I was not adding enough new people. So I didn't have people to invite, and they're not going to work if it's the same old, same old. And they may love us and they may appreciate us, because I have to hear it all the time, but I'm like, well, if you're not supporting my business, then what good is it, right? So I think that's why. So I just wanted to kind of review a little bit of the content because it's pretty fun and exciting. So this is just an explanation of the purpose of the group. Simple. I'm not going to you can go back and read it, but it's basically just saying what the group is about.
Okay.
I went ahead and created posts for all of this. And I tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up one of these so you can see what I've created. But what I feel...
Is it the same meal plan that we've been using?
So it is not. It is a different meal plan, which is I'm excited about. And yeah, so this is where I need your opinion. So this, which you cannot even see. Yeah. Remind me to do something different next time. So this is no fun. So I basically just created my own photos. Let me just see. Okay, maybe this will work. Just so you can have an idea of what it looks like. And I think if we're going to do these together, then I definitely can change up this a little bit so that it's more neutral, because obviously I'm advertising for the medical mama person. But so on Tuesday is most commonly Tasty Tuesday, right? So I just took a photo and added that to there. And basically every day of the week, view all photos. Let me just see if that will work. That way you can kind of see. Oh yeah, no, not what I want to view. Okay, regardless, anyways. I think another key thing with these free groups, because I tested mine out last week or last month, this month, the beginning of the month, and I felt like I was giving value, but it was scattered. Like there was no first thing in the morning, there was no you know how I try to do in our app group, the quote with scripture writing is the first thing, and then the next thing is something about food, and then the other thing is about fitness. I feel like there needs to be an expected consistency in this group, so much so that they're blown away. They're like, okay, well, I know on Wednesday the first thing is going to be that scripture reading and writing devotion thing, and I know they're going to post something about food. What is it? I'm kind of excited about what could this be that they're asking us to do or they're giving us. And then the fitness option. But I just want to get down here so you can kind of see. So day one's image. Okay, prep. So they in the group, they upload their clean eating file, the recipes and the meal plan, and then most everyone does some sort of point system with prizes. Now, what I think we probably should do, in my opinion, is just test this out, give it some time. And once we feel that momentum going, or if we feel okay, we need to offer a prize because we're getting enough engagement. I feel like it's kind of a catch, if we're not getting enough engagement, I don't know that offering a prize is going to change that. But if we are getting a lot of engagement and we're thinking, these are potential customers, these are potential coaches, let's wow them, then I think that's where the prizes come in. So I think maybe that could just be play it by ear and see what we end up doing with that. But most everyone does do a point system, and they offer some sort of prize. At least one for the week, or a couple depending on how they're doing the week. So she just uploads all of that stuff into the file section. On prep day 2, this is like on Sunday, she asks for all of their measurements. Write it down. Doesn't necessarily say post it to the group. She just says get it documented.
Okay.
And then also on day 2, she talks about she shares her story of where she was and where she is now. So I uploaded one of my stories, and this is not mine. So I don't know where mine is at. Yeah. So I changed all of this stuff up and made it all my own, basically rewrote it. So this just gives you an idea of what she put, and she puts her before picture and after picture. So I think the really amazing thing about this is we don't do this enough in our app group right now. Like, they don't see a lot of our before. And even if it's not transformation, I don't feel like I often throw that out there enough as a reminder of, like, this is where I was. It's nothing like what I am today. And so I love this, and I think that it will really grab people's heart and grab their attention on, okay, this is who's running this group. This is where she came from. This is where she's at. Like, I just think it's a really cool thing. So she starts off with that. So what we would do is, if we're running it together, is that we would all post that same thing. We would all post throughout that day at whatever time we wanted to, and get that going. And that's on Sunday, and basically just provide some inspiration for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then my thought would be is the challenge would be, basically you have 3 things every day. You have the faith part, which would include a little, this was kind of fun. They do meme, she did Meme Monday. And what they did is you basically take this, the whole I'm a new creation. It's you're going to take a photo, a post like workout sweaty selfie, or I don't want to work out sweaty selfie, or not a sweaty selfie, and like whatever you're feeling, and like make your own meme and post it to the group.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really, really cute and neat. Like, she said they got all over it, and there was like all of these people posting all these crazy memes of how they felt that right then or whatever. So I thought that was a really cute twist that we've not done before. So of course the picture for that would be a meme, because that's what you're telling them to do. So that's super simple and done. And then the food post is just an education post, like how often did you eat before? Super simple. We're literally copying and pasting that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fit challenge, this is where I had questions, was going to have a question for y'all, is because I feel like this would be a really awesome opportunity for us to do a quick live video showing a fitness option. There's a lot of ways to do this, but we have 2 options. Basically, we can upload a video, and you guys know I have like video galore on fitness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this is easy. I just upload the YouTube video. I know I pre-schedule it, like it's done. But we need to go live every single day in this group, and we need to take turns doing that. And at some points, we may even go live twice. Like for me, I may go live in the morning if it's my day to go live in the morning and do the little devotion thing, like give them a little pep talk, and then come back live later that afternoon and say, okay, here's your fit challenge, like get this done. But what would be the most realistic for everyone to take the time to go live with every day? Because to me, the fitness one is the most simple, because you can write out what you're going to do. It's easy to plan, and like you just go live literally for 2 minutes and say, okay, this is your squat challenge. Because that was another thing. Like, I feel like it's kind of fun to do those specific challenges if we're going to do a squat challenge or an ab challenge. So it would just be that. So I just put a video here because this is going to be the template for everyone to use.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to go live at least once a day. So would it be easier to go live with a tip, or would it be easier to go live with the fitness part?
So let me ask this. What would each day we would post a move for them to do, and would that be considered their workout for the day, or are we asking them to use um, the free stuff that's given from Beachbody as their workout option?
Yes, so
What?
that is a really good question because she suggests getting them to enroll in the free membership.
Yeah.
So if they do the free, I guess it's the free 30-day club.
Mhm.
Is that what we would have them
So what
enroll
would
in?
so they would get? Yeah. Okay. Um. Hmm.
Because I'm not even putting that in the equation, basically. I'm just saying you don't need to sign up for anything. You don't need to do anything. This is what we're giving you and offering you. But she also gave 4 or 5 options that are free from Beachbody that you can upload. There's one from Tony Horton. There's one from Debbie, like the old school Slim and Six girl, or 2
Mhm.
from her. There's several options that are free that you can upload. You know what? Let me just pull it up while we're talking. So yeah, this is exactly what we need to figure out, is what we want to use here. Because I don't know what makes sense. I feel like doing what these other people are doing,
Mhm.
it's working for them. So why we don't need to be crazy and like recreate. I think the flip side of what's hard for me is like they are doing it because they like you and they want to see more of you. So if we're not providing that and we're giving them these other options, this is gonna drive me crazy. I don't know. I was gonna show what those videos were, but I'm gonna. So basically, regardless, I do think that there's something to be said about uploading those fitness
Mhm.
ones because it gives them an idea what Beachbody does have to offer, and that's what we're trying to get them to do. But if we do that, then what are we going to go? What are we going to go live on during the day?
Right. Hmm.
Um, but
So,
that's really it,
what is
huh?
the post above the fit challenge?
It's
That's it.
just an informative. That's the nutrition post, and it's asking them how many meals. What does it say? Before this group started, how often a day do you eat? So it's just a conversation starter, basically.
And then that's what you would post under as their education piece
Mm-hmm.
underneath.
Yep. And so the picture of that day, I can't remember exactly which picture and why it's not showing up, but it's just a random like food or portion control, regular plain old picture. And yep, so you just post that exact thing with those wording.
Hmm.
But that's one of the really great things I felt like with these posts is that they're very engaging, like good questions. And then day 2, it's another like scripture thing. And then day 2 is the Tasty Tuesday, so it's talking about food. let's see. Today's assignment is, what is your temptation meal? What ingredients within that item make it bad? What are some alternative ingredients? So they're just like making them answer questions, which is really great. And then then the next is another fitness challenge. So basically every day it's those 3 posts that need to be scheduled. And we just need to decide if we're going to use those Beachbody videos that are out there for free, which, Autumn has her whole YouTube channel. Like it's super, like you could get hers off of YouTube, just to give them an idea of what her workouts are like. She has some really good ones on YouTube. So I think there's something to be said about using those for sure. But I do know that we're going to need to go live. So I was just trying to figure out an easy way that even the new people wouldn't feel so weird going live.
I feel like it would be easier for them to hop on live and give like just a tip.
Okay.
Educational tip or something they normally do versus doing like a quick circuit and having them to teach it, or go on live and try to do that live.
Okay, I think that's very true. I think you're right.
As much as I would like to add Autumn's stuff as like the fitness link, I know some of my people will say, oh, well, I'll just continue using her stuff since it worked, and then they'll never transition over.
I know. That's the thing.
That was always my struggle. Like I give them a meal plan and then it works great for them and they just keep using that and they keep doing what they've been doing, whether it's gym or Pinterest circuits or whatever the case. And so it got so tiring inviting them to something free and that none of them ever transition over. And these are like new people.
Yeah.
And that's always been my holdup now doing it, is because now I've been inviting them to like a challenge group. Like I skip the fun. I say skip the fun and free.
Yeah.
Because so I definitely am willing to try it. But yeah, I don't think we should do the adding Autumn's YouTube stuff, because that's just an open way for them to capitalize on it and be done.
Yeah. And I mean, I would have to agree with that. That makes me a little nervous too, a little like leery on it too. Yeah, I agree. So, I think that, like I said, I have a ton of stuff, but if we're gonna not use those, then I feel like I won't be, we can't just only use my stuff either. So it may put it into a, I don't know. I think that these kind of things are really good to stretch and get us out of our comfort zone too. Because like we are a fitness company, and no, that's not like all that we are, but I do think that, we knowing, like just saying we're not fitness professionals, but this is a quick, easy circuit. But the thing is the most of the videos that I do, it's just taking pieces of the workout that I did that morning. Like it's not anything crazy. It's truly what I got from that workout. And I just say, if you don't have enough time, like here's just a few moves that I took from that circuit, that workout. And so it literally is as simple as that. So, yeah. I think what we'll do then is that, man, I just think it's good practice too. Like,
as far as going live, I think it would be easier to go live with a tip or something versus going live with trying to teach them how to do a move and walking them through it.
Yes.
But as far as the fitness videos, I totally understand like them doing their own fitness video and uploading it instead of having it all be about you. So that's fine with me. Like, I mean, I pretty much do that now. I just do one move in a video versus 3. So that's fine. But I think as far as going live and talking, it needs to be something they're comfortable with and educating. And for me now, and versus me starting off, would have been better to do education versus teaching somebody some moves or something. Whatever. So
No, and I think that that's great. So that's what we'll plan on doing. And I'll put that here in this template of that you need to go live with just a quick 1 minute, 2 minute at the most, like quick fit tip. And then plan to upload a video that day. And I think once we start running these routinely, we can all decide, do you want to do a squat challenge this month? Do you want to do an ab challenge this month? Do you want to do a plank challenge this month? Like, keep it super simple. And so literally the fitness challenge for that day would be like to hold the plank for 2 minutes, like, or whatever whatever we choose to do. But I think that's where on our calls, on our Wednesday campaign call, which technically would be today, so I'm going to stick, and that leads me into that. I think on these campaign calls, what we're going to do is that we will finalize the clean eating group. And what are we going to do? Like, we know it's going to start on this date. You got to start inviting on that date. Who's in? Who's got people to go? And then that's how we'll determine who's up for posting at each day. And then that way, I'm going to try to pre-schedule all of that stuff well ahead of time. That way I can engage in the group. And then the next thing on our campaign call will be to decide what our group will be the next month. And so I'm going to continue with my advertising for my Shine project, because, like, that email is still working well. I sent out, like, I don't know, 12 yesterday, and I think I have like 4 or 5 already, like, that commented, responded yesterday evening saying, sure, give me more info. Like, not that they'll say yes, but they're like grateful. Literally, they're like, thank you so much for sending me that message, and I'm so glad that I'm being positive on my newsfeed. That makes me feel really good. Like, so it's just really, the wording in that email is just golden. Oh my gosh. So I'm thankful. Like, I'm telling you, these little things just are good. I'm so glad. So so that's what I'm going to do. So we'll talk for just a second about that, and then I'm going to have to run. But basically for the campaign, what I want everyone to be intentional about doing. Let me stop the screen share, however I do that. I don't even know how I do that. I don't want to screen share anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. And I don't know how to stop it. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to take up much more time trying to figure out how in the heck to get the screen share off. I don't want to end the meeting.
It's not at the bottom?
No. There's this little thing at the top, but it doesn't say anything about, okay, I moved it to the bottom, but it doesn't say anything about stop sharing. I mean, I can put on like new share, but then it doesn't give me the option. Doesn't give me any more options, which is really weird. Okay, well, anyway, so what we have to do is we have to just send out those friendly emails or messages to people and be consistent with the post. I can't say that my posts are drawing a lot of traffic, but I don't know, because these messages that I'm sending are to people I don't know. Like, they're new friends. So I don't know them. They're cold invites, literally. So I don't know if they are seeing my post and that's what's connecting the dots for them.
Yeah.
Or if it matters. So I do think that there's something to be said about consistency with all that, like everything else. So I would recommend for your campaign, you call it whatever you want. You decide. Like I said, I like the Shine project, like, came to mind because I'm like, it just all these pieces that we put together for them.
Mm-hmm.
It just made sense to me. But bringing sexy back or summer, whatever, like anything you want, just create a handful, 5 photos basically, and be intentional about posting those. Because you need to, that campaign needs to basically start Monday for the next group. So what I usually do, since we're going to be running the free clean eating group, it's going to create a little bit of a different scenario. Because think about this. If we're going to start our clean eating group on the 1st, is it the 1st?
So next week is the last week in
Yes.
April.
Yes.
And the week after that is May, the 1st.
Yep, so the 1st. So if we start our clean eating group or our free group, we're just going to call them free group because it's more than just clean eating. So if we start our free group on the 1st, then we need to advertise for that free group all next week.
Okay.
So what I would recommend from now on, this is what we need to do. The last week of every month, all of our photos that we post need to be related to our, like they need to be clean and fresh and something related to like a fire starter, reignite your fire, food post, like yummy food post. Even like Ashley, you always do these cool, these really pretty shake posts where you add all your stuff to it, like stuff like that. And in the post of those photos, just say free group. And this is what I'm going to do. I've opened up the group already. And those that are going to be in this group, you're going to be an admin. So what you're going to do is you're going to post the link to that group in the post. So you say free group, join here. Like, so all they have to do is click on it, but we have to approve their joining. So that way, all of your posts next week, 1 a day. So basically you just need to do 5 photos, 1 a day, and it needs to talk about the free group. And you have to use words that would attract your people and your person. And talk specifically about, like, I didn't have a clue how to do this as a nurse. Like for me, I didn't know how to do all this when I first started in the ER as a nurse practitioner. I was working 12 to 12. Like I needed help, and I didn't even know I needed help, and I struggled. And so use words and stories that would help attract your people, and then just say 7 days free, join group here. And so you're going to put the link of the group in your post. And so go ahead and do 5 of those a day. 5 of those once a day. So basically that's your call to action. So that's going to be consistent. But I will say, just think of it this way. If the only posts you post on Facebook are these posts, nobody's going to do it because you're a weirdo. Like, so that's where our fitness posts, our motivation, encouragement, quotes, all these other things, and life in general, like my kids or drama or whatever. That's why we have to be consistent with all of our other posts, because if all we post once a day is join my free group, it's just weird. So be mindful that you've got to be consistent with your other posts, but it's real life stuff. It's not, don't try to make up things. Don't try to make it difficult. Like whatever you read in your devotion that morning, just share it. Whatever you felt after you finished your program that morning, post that sweaty selfie and say how you felt. Like it's our real life stuff. So that's what we need to do at the end of every single month. So the last week of every month is our push for our free group. So all of your invitations, you're going to switch hats for just a second. So all of your invitations that week just need to go to the free group. Hey, you want to do it? It's a free group. How would you be interested in this free group? Don't even worry about the paid group. And let's just see how this will start working. Because I think with some new fresh blood and new people and new faces, it's really going to be a good thing, and it's going to help our new coaches. I think if anything, if it's a place that we can help our new coaches grow, that's all that matters. Like if it's a safe place for them to learn how we do this, That's really the bigger picture for me. If I introduce some new people to this stuff, awesome, that's amazing. But if I can really help a coach feel confident and comfortable in this stuff, that's the most important to me. And then once that free clean eating or the free group starts, we will just pick days that we're going to post. And like I said, I would suggest a scheduling place. And so I'm going to schedule those posts. But during the week of the free group, you're already posting about your campaign for the next month, and you're hitting it hard. At least one post a day, like for me, is going to have the logo of the Shine Project round 2, like making people curious, because the people in the free group, what post do they see? The post that you're advertising for the next group. So that's why it's got to be so consistent, and it needs to be loud. It needs to be very obvious of like, well, what the heck is this Shine Project about? Like, what is this? So not every single post that we need to do that with, but at least one a day needs to be very focused and geared towards our campaign for our actual paid group. So then you take off that free hat, you switch back onto the regular hat, and then every invitation you send, and you could even do it this way. If you want to go ahead and send an invitation to your full group and they say no, not right now, well, guess what? Invite them to the free group. So there's definitely ways to do it. You don't have to just do only the free group. But I will say for newer people, I think that's the best option, is just to invite for free, no obligation, get them comfortable, and then we switch those hats and we say, okay, now we're hitting hard and we're going to invite to the paid group, in hopes that all the people in the free group will also join. And it's just maybe bang for our buck, doubling up. Does that all make sense? I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll post this to the group?
Yes, I am going to finalize it. Actually, it's all kind of in an email right now, because that's the only way I could get it to do it at work this weekend. So I'm going to finalize it fully with all the pictures, the images, and everything. And like I said, I definitely need you to take a look at it. And if you feel like this looks like it's a go, then what we can do is we can go back through and change up some of the quote pictures, because I want to be consistent with that every single morning, and like knowing this is what they're looking forward to every morning. The other post, not so much, but I definitely just want like day 2, day 1, day 2, day 3, things that are easy for them to follow. Because I've been in a few groups that people have let me in. One group was like a marriage group, and it was so good. And she just posted once a day, and it was a bold picture at the beginning of the day, and she gave you a challenge to do. So simple, so awesome, and I loved it. And I'm like, this is brilliant. Like, she just is very professional, but it was just one post, and it was obvious. It was like day 2, this was your assignment, and then post below when you've done it. I mean, it was just so great. So that's kind of the look I'm wanting. I feel like it's something that is duplicatable, plus it's something that is recognizable by the people who are in the group.
Okay.
So yes, so I'm gonna finish this up today, and then I'm gonna post it, and I'm gonna go ahead and include on there with the fitness, prepare to post your own fitness video. And then I'm also gonna include on there in bold letters, prepare, if it's your day to post, prepare to jump on live with a fit tip of some sort.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Okay, I'm excited. I think this will be good too. I think that another benefit of this too is going to be rounding us all up, like having a big group together once a month with everybody who wants to do it as a coach, whether you just need a refresh or whether you want to add some people or whatever. I'm hoping it will kind of build some team stuff too. So.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to go so I can pick up my boys. But yes, let me know if you have questions about that, and I will get this whole template posted this evening.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Ashley. Bye.